Have you noticed that your legs have become weaker since you started your weight loss diet? Do you feel difficulty climbing stairs, getting up from a chair, or simply walking long distances without quickly getting tired? If you are dieting and at the same time noticing that the muscles in your legs are losing strength and definition, you are not imagining things. This is a much more common problem than you think, and it can be a sign that your diet is causing muscle loss instead of burning only fat. The good news is that there is a simple and natural solution to reverse this situation and even speed up your weight loss in a healthy way. Many people make the mistake of focusing only on calories, forgetting that the type of food we eat determines whether we lose fat or muscle. In today's video, I will reveal the 3 specific proteins that will not only restore strength to your legs, but will also turn your body into a fat-burning machine 24 hours a day. And here's the most impressive part. The 3rd protein I'm going to share has the power to rebuild your muscles while you sleep, something most people will never discover because they are focused on the wrong diets. Stay until the end, because this information may be exactly what you needed to finally achieve the strong, defined body you've always wanted, without sacrificing your health or energy. I need to ask you a sincere question. How many times have you started a diet feeling hopeful, determined to finally reach that dream body, but after a few weeks noticed that something was wrong? Maybe you realized that your clothes were looser, yes, but at the same time you felt weaker, with less energy, and even had difficulties performing simple daily activities. I know this can be a frustrating subject, even discouraging for many of you, and maybe you've never really stopped to think about what was happening to your body beyond the weight loss shown on the scale. The truth is that many popular diets are actually recipes for muscle loss, especially in the lower body. Before revealing the first protein that will transform the strength of your legs, I need you to do something very important to make sure you don't miss the additional information I'll be sharing in the next videos. Take a quick look to see if you're already subscribed to the channel, because I always share content like this that will help you transform your body in a healthy way. If you're not yet subscribed, click the button right now and activate the bell, because this sequential information is fundamental to your success. Let's start by talking about the first protein that can literally save your leg muscles and even speed up your fat burning in a way you never imagined. I'm talking about eggs, but not in just any way you already know how to eat them. Science has discovered that eggs contain all the essential amino acids in a perfect proportion for muscle protein synthesis, especially an amino acid called leucine, which acts like a switch that turns on muscle building in your body. When you are dieting and creating a calorie deficit, your body needs to choose between burning fat or muscle for energy. If you don't provide the right amino acids at the right time, it will choose to break down your muscles because it's easier than breaking down fat. That's why many people lose weight, but end up with that flabby appearance and no muscle definition. Eggs solve this problem in a unique way because they contain protein of the highest biological value, which means your body can use almost 100% of the amino acids in the egg to build and repair muscles. In addition, eggs have a very special characteristic. They significantly increase the feeling of satiety, making you eat less throughout the day without experiencing that desperate hunger that sabotages so many diets. Studies show that people who eat eggs for breakfast consume up to 400 fewer calories during the rest of the day without conscious effort. But here's the secret that can completely change your results. The timing and the way you eat eggs determines whether they will be used to build muscle or just as energy. The ideal recommendation is to eat 2 to 3 whole eggs right after waking up, preferably boiled or scrambled with little or no oil. The whole egg is important because the yolk contains nutrients like choline, which helps with protein absorption, and B vitamins that participate in energy metabolism. If you work out or do any physical activity, the ideal is to eat 2 more eggs within 30 minutes after exercise, when your muscles are most receptive to absorbing amino acids. A practical tip that has transformed the results of thousands of channel followers. Prepare your eggs for the week on Sunday by boiling a dozen all at once. That way you always have quality protein available when hunger strikes. And for those concerned about cholesterol, rest assured. Recent studies show that the cholesterol in eggs does not significantly raise blood cholesterol in most people, and the benefits for preserving muscle during weight loss far outweigh any theoretical concerns. So, have you ever felt your legs getting weaker during a diet? Have you noticed this loss of strength that I just explained? Leave a comment if you've ever gone through this experience or if you know someone close to you who felt their leg muscles weaken while trying to lose weight. Also, tell me if you already eat eggs regularly and what your experience has been. I'll be there in the comments helping with personalized tips for your specific situation. Now, I am going to reveal the second protein that can not only restore the strength of your legs, but also activate your metabolism in a way that you will continue burning fat even hours after eating. I'm talking about salmon, but not only because it is an excellent source of protein. Salmon is one of the only foods that combines high-quality protein with omega-3s in a perfect proportion to boost both fat burning and muscle building at the same time. I will explain why this is so revolutionary for anyone who wants to lose weight without losing muscle mass. Salmon contains approximately 25 grams of complete protein per 100 grams, which means it provides all the essential amino acids needed for muscle protein synthesis. But the difference lies in the presence of omega-3 fatty acids, especially EPA and DHA, which have the unique ability to reduce muscle inflammation and speed up recovery after exercise or daily activities. When your muscles recover more quickly, they are able to get stronger and grow even during a weight loss diet. In addition, the omega-3 found in salmon has a direct effect on fat metabolism, increasing fatty acid oxidation, meaning it makes your body prefer to use fat as fuel instead of carbohydrates or muscle protein. Studies show that people who regularly eat salmon during weight loss diets lose more abdominal fat and preserve more muscle mass compared to those who consume other protein sources. Another impressive benefit of salmon is its ability to improve insulin sensitivity, which means your body becomes more efficient at using carbohydrates for energy instead of storing them as fat. To get all these benefits, the recommendation is to consume a portion of 120 to 150 grams of salmon at least 3 times a week, preferably wild salmon, which has a higher concentration of omega-3. A practical strategy that many channel followers have successfully adopted is to buy salmon fillets and freeze them in individual portions, seasoning them before freezing with herbs, lemon, and a little olive oil. That way, you always have a protein and omega-3 rich meal ready in just a few minutes. And here is a valuable tip. Combine salmon with green vegetables like broccoli or spinach, which contain nutrients that enhance the absorption of proteins and omega-3s. If you are concerned about the price of salmon, remember that it is an investment in your health and results. A portion of salmon costs less than many questionable supplements that promise the same benefits but never deliver real results. And now we come to the third protein, the one I promised at the beginning of the video, and that has the power to rebuild your muscles while you sleep. I'm talking about casein, but not in the way most people know it. Casein is a milk protein that has a unique characteristic. It is absorbed slowly by the body, providing amino acids to your muscles for up to 8 hours after consumption. This means that while you are sleeping, your leg muscles continue to receive the nutrients they need to repair and strengthen. Here is what makes casein so special for those on a diet. During the night, when you go many hours without eating, your body naturally enters a catabolic state, meaning it begins to break down muscle tissue for energy. Casein stops this process by providing a constant flow of amino acids that signal to your body that it does not need to break down muscles. Studies show that people who consume casein before bed preserve significantly more muscle mass during weight loss diets and wake up less hungry the next day. But here is the secret that very few people know. The best natural source of casein is not powder supplements, but cottage cheese or fresh ricotta. These foods provide casein in its most bioavailable form, along with other important nutrients such as calcium and B vitamins. A portion of 150 grams of cottage cheese before bed provides about 20 grams of pure casein while being low in calories and virtually zero in carbohydrates. The result is that you wake up the next day with more energy, less bloating, and with the feeling that your muscles are firmer and more defined. To maximize the benefits of casein, the ideal is to consume it between 30 minutes to 1 hour before bedtime. You can combine cottage cheese with a small amount of nuts or seeds, which provide healthy fats that slow digestion even further, prolonging the supply of amino acids throughout the night. A recipe that has become very popular among channel followers is mixing 150 grams of cottage cheese with 1 tablespoon of natural peanut butter and a pinch of cinnamon. This creates a delicious dessert that works in favor of your weight loss and muscle strengthening while you sleep. And for those who are lactose intolerant, there are lactose-free cottage cheese versions that maintain the same benefits. If even so, you cannot tolerate dairy, you can opt for a quality casein supplement, but always prefer natural sources when possible. The important thing is to understand that casein is not just another protein. It is a strategic tool to turn your sleeping hours into a period of muscle building instead of muscle loss. So, are you ready to discover how to combine these 3 proteins strategically? But first, it seems you still haven't left your like on this video. This is very important for YouTube to keep showing this content to people who really need this information about muscle strengthening during weight loss. Your like makes all the difference. Now that you know these 3 revolutionary proteins, I'm going to explain how to combine them strategically to maximize your results and finally achieve strong and defined legs while losing weight. The key lies in timing and in the smart combination of these foods throughout the day. Start your morning with 2 to 3 whole eggs, which will provide the amino acids needed to stop overnight catabolism and give you energy for the day. At lunch or dinner, include a portion of salmon that will continue providing quality protein and activate your fat metabolism with omega-3s. And finish your day with cottage cheese or ricotta, ensuring that your muscles have fuel to repair themselves overnight. This combination creates a constant flow of high-quality amino acids throughout the day, keeping your muscles in an anabolic state even during a weight loss diet. It's important to understand that these proteins won't just strengthen your legs, they will transform your entire body composition. When you preserve and build muscle mass during weight loss, your metabolism stays elevated, you burn more calories at rest, and you are able to maintain your results long-term. In addition, strong leg muscles improve your posture, reduce back pain, increase your energy and stamina for daily activities, and also give you that defined and athletic look we all desire. Remember that real results take time and consistency. You may start to feel more energy and strength in your legs within the first 2 weeks, but the most visible transformations usually appear after 4 to 6 weeks of regular protein consumption. The most important thing is to stay consistent and understand that each protein-rich meal is an investment in the strong, healthy body you deserve. Now I want to share with you some devastating mistakes that can completely sabotage the benefits of these 3 proteins, even if you are eating everything correctly. The first mistake is what I call the food rush syndrome. Many people eat these proteins in a hurry, chewing poorly, while looking at their phone or watching TV. When you don't chew properly, especially eggs and salmon, your body cannot fully break down the proteins into amino acids, wasting much of the benefits that could be strengthening your legs. Protein digestion begins in the mouth, and when you chew well, you are sending signals to your stomach to produce the right enzymes to extract the maximum amino acids from every bite. A simple technique that transformed the results of hundreds of channel followers is chewing each bite at least 20 times before swallowing. It may seem excessive, but this simple practice can increase protein absorption by up to 40%. The second deadly mistake is hydration timing. Did you know that drinking too much water during meals can dilute your gastric juices and impair protein digestion? Many people have the habit of drinking large amounts of water with food, thinking it helps digestion, but in reality, they are sabotaging the absorption of essential amino acids. The ideal is to stop drinking liquids 30 minutes before the meal and only start hydrating again 1 hour after. During the meal, if you feel very thirsty, take only small sips. This simple change can make an impressive difference in how your body uses proteins to strengthen your muscles. But there is a third mistake that is even more serious, and that may be destroying your muscles even when you are consuming these proteins correctly. I'm talking about inadequate carbohydrate intake. Many people on diets drastically cut carbs, thinking they will lose weight faster. The problem is that without enough carbs, your body will use proteins as an energy source instead of using them to build muscle. It's like trying to build a house while someone is stealing the bricks to make a bonfire. Carbohydrates act as a protein saver, ensuring that amino acids are directed toward muscle building and not energy production. The smart strategy is to eat a small portion of complex carbs together with these proteins, such as a slice of sweet potato potato with your breakfast eggs, or a serving of brown rice with salmon at lunch. This creates a perfect hormonal environment for protein synthesis and the preservation of your leg muscle mass. Now I'm going to reveal a secret that can triple the results of these 3 proteins, something I discovered studying the eating habits of athletes and people who manage to maintain strong muscles even after 50 or 60 years of age. The secret lies in strategic supplementation with vitamin D. Vitamin D deficiency is a silent epidemic that affects more than 70% of the population, especially people who spend a lot of time indoors. When you have adequate levels of vitamin D, protein absorption increases significantly, and your muscles respond better to growth and strengthening stimuli. In addition, vitamin D improves insulin sensitivity, boosting the effects of casein at night, and optimizing the use of omega-3s from salmon. You can get vitamin D through sun exposure, 15 to 20 minutes of direct sunlight on the skin every day, or through supplementation. The recommended dose ranges from 2,000 to 4,000 IU per day, but the ideal is to get a blood test to check your current levels. When you combine these 3 proteins with adequate vitamin D levels, you are creating a powerful synergy that can completely transform the strength and definition of your legs. There is also a specific time of day that can boost the effects of these proteins on muscle building by up to 300%, and most people waste this window of opportunity every single day. I'm talking about the first 30 minutes after any physical activity, even if it's just a 15-minute walk or climbing a few flights of stairs. During this period, your muscles are in a state of hunger for amino acids, and any protein consumed at this moment will be directed primarily toward muscle repair and growth. If you don't exercise regularly, that's not a problem. Even simple activities like cleaning the house, carrying groceries, or playing with children create this window of opportunity. The trick is to always have a quick source of protein available for these moments. One strategy that has worked incredibly well is preparing a simple shake with 200 milliliters of skim milk blended with 1 pasteurized egg white and a pinch of cinnamon. This combination provides both fast-absorbing protein, egg white, and slow-absorbing protein, milk casein, creating the ideal environment for prolonged protein synthesis. But perhaps the most valuable secret I can share with you today is about the revolutionary role of sleep in optimizing these proteins. Most people have no idea that during the deepest stages of sleep, especially between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m., the body produces the largest amount of growth hormone, which is essential for protein synthesis and muscle strengthening. When you consume casein before bed and have quality sleep, you are creating the perfect conditions for this hormone to work alongside amino acids to rebuild and strengthen your muscles. On the other hand, if your sleep is fragmented, you go to bed too late, or you sleep less than 7 hours a night, you are wasting much of the potential of these proteins. A practical tip to improve sleep quality and enhance the effects of casein is to create a nighttime ritual. Turn off electronic devices 1 hour before bed. Keep the room dark and cool, and avoid heavy meals 3 hours before going to sleep. The cottage cheese with nuts I mentioned earlier is perfect because it provides tryptophan, an amino acid that helps in the production of melatonin, the sleep hormone. I need to warn you about a dangerous myth that may be sabotaging your results: the belief that too much protein is bad for your kidneys. This outdated myth has kept millions of people from consuming the right amount of protein to preserve muscle mass during weight loss. Recent studies show that healthy people can consume up to 2.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight without any harm to the kidneys. In fact, when you are dieting and creating a calorie deficit, your protein needs increase significantly because your body has to work harder to preserve muscle mass. For a 70-kilogram person in the process of losing weight, the ideal intake would be between 105 and 140 grams of protein per day, distributed across meals. The 3 proteins I presented today, eggs, salmon, and casein, can easily provide this amount when consumed strategically. And here's a fact that may surprise you. People who consume more protein during weight loss diets not only preserve more muscle, but also burn more calories at rest due to the thermal effect of proteins, which is the highest among all macronutrients. Before we wrap up, I need to share with you 3 clear signs that these proteins are working in your body, because many people give up before realizing that the transformation has already begun. The first sign appears between the 3rd and 5th day. You'll notice that you can get out of bed in the morning more easily, without that heavy, sluggish feeling that many diets cause. This happens because your muscles are receiving the amino acids they need to recover overnight, especially when you consume casein before bed. The second sign, which usually appears in the 2nd week, is a significant improvement in your stamina for daily activities. You'll notice that you can climb stairs without getting out of breath, carry groceries for longer, or even play with children without feeling that extreme leg fatigue. Many channel followers report that it was at this point they truly believed something different was happening in their bodies. This occurs because proteins not only preserve existing muscle mass, but also start to optimize the mitochondrial function of muscle cells, making them produce energy more efficiently. The third sign, which is the most exciting and usually appears between the 3rd and 4th week, is when you look in the mirror and realize that your legs are more defined and firm, even if the scale hasn't changed dramatically. This happens because you are replacing fat with muscle, and muscle takes up less space than fat. It's at this moment that many people become hooked on this healthy lifestyle, because they finally see that it's possible to have a strong, defined body without starving or doing exhausting workouts. But there is a 4th, more subtle sign that few consciously notice: improved sleep quality and mental well-being. Proteins, especially casein consumed before bed, help in the production of important neurotransmitters such as serotonin, which regulates mood and sleep. You may notice that you are more patient, less anxious about food, and with a general sense of well-being that you haven't felt in a long time. This is perhaps the most transformative benefit, because when you feel good mentally, it becomes much easier to maintain new eating habits in the long run. Now I'm launching a special challenge for you who made it this far and are truly determined to transform the strength of your legs. The 3 Proteins Challenge for 21 days. Starting today, I want you to include at least one of these 3 proteins in each of your main meals: eggs at breakfast, salmon at lunch or dinner, and cottage cheese or ricotta before bed. During these 21 days, observe how your legs respond, how you feel climbing stairs, your energy throughout the day, and even your sleep quality. After this period, come back here in the comments and share: I completed the 3 Proteins Challenge, followed by the result that impressed you the most. It could be more strength in your legs, less fatigue, better recovery, or any change you noticed. I want to turn the comment section into a gallery of real transformations. And for those who accept the challenge, leave an "I accept" here in the comments so I can follow your journey. Let's create a chain of motivation and show that it is possible to lose weight while strengthening the body. If you've made it this far, I know you are truly committed to your health and transformation. And it is exactly for determined people like you that I create this content every week. If you identified yourself with the problem of muscle weakness during diets and are excited to try these 3 proteins, don't miss the next videos. Click now on the subscribe button and activate the notification bell. Your subscription means much more than just a number to me. It means a life we can transform together. Also, leave your like on this video if it was useful to you, and share it with someone who is also struggling to lose weight without sacrificing muscle health. Your participation helps this content reach more people who need this information. And don't forget to comment which of these 3 proteins you are going to start including in your diet first. See you in the next video, and remember, your body deserves to be strong and healthy, not just skinny.